Hey guys, Steven here, back with another video. I've been off YouTube for around 2 or 3 months now. It's not like I didn't want to upload videos, it's just like a lot of stuff was happening in my life like the last 2 or 3 months, from prom, graduation, a bunch of shoots, you know, stuff like that. I really wanted to take my time and enjoy that. Around like 3 years now, and it was kind of getting repetitive in terms of videos I was making, and I wanted to take time to kind of rediscover my passion for this type of stuff. I wasn't really taking pictures for fun anymore. It was really just for money, like for any shoots I was doing. And I was doing concerts, but I was only doing concerts for like an Instagram post. Like sometimes I didn't even like the artist, and I would like go out of my way like an hour to watch a show that I didn't really enjoy for an Instagram post, you know. It was like Polaroids. I saw a couple of my friends using them when we were hanging out around graduation time, and they were taking pictures and stuff, and I thought it was like a really good way to spontaneously take pictures and not have to like bring a big camera around. You know, just take a couple pictures and you have it forever. I have like a Polaroid wall now. Also, my friend Michelle, she brought a film camera to one of these bonfires we did. And since then I've got a film camera, Canon A1. I've been tweeting about it a little bit, but I just bought the Contax 2T. It's like $1,000 on eBay now. It shouldn't be that expensive, but it's very small. It has a flash, like a built-in flash. So basically I'm just gonna be taking pictures at night and stuff, and it's just very compact. It's sort of the reason I got a Polaroid and even a film camera. And the reason why I have like this camera, the Sony a6300, is because it's tiny, right? But yeah, I thought I'd make a little video because I'm shooting Joey's show in Toronto tonight at Echo Beach. I've never shot there before, and I've taken a big break from concerts for the reasons I said before. But Joey Badass is someone that I've listened to. I'm not a very big fan, but I'm a fan, and I look forward to any music he drops. I really liked his last album. So I'm just gonna go through the process, like me getting to the venue, me shooting it. I'm trying to record as much as possible, how I got the gig. Yeah, and I'm testing out this, but one of Drake's photographers, Ant Sulo or whatever, he has this thing where it's sort of his specialty, where he has like the bouquet. Instead of circles, it's like stars. So I figured out, I always thought it was Photoshop for some reason, but then I realized that that'd be so hard. Obviously there's a filter, but basically there's this thing. I'm not sure if you can see it, but basically there's like a little pattern like on this. I don't know if you can see it, but basically, I'm gonna review a Kaleidoscope one soon, because I thought that was interesting. I think I'm gonna show how I'm gonna edit as well. Yeah, hope you guys enjoy this video. Let's get into it. Yo, also, whenever I go to concerts, I always debate whether I should bring this huge lens. It's like $3,000, right? And I should use it, right? So I always debate it because it's always heavy, and I never want to bring heavy stuff in my bag.
She looking for handouts. Took a flight landing in Moscow. Haters ain't washing their ass out. Joining shoe boxes and stash house. Living my life till I pass out. You fuck what you talking about? I'm on the everlasting high. Peace of mind and peace of pop. If it's not both, then take my life. I'm blowing smoke until I die. Highest heaven, watch me fly. Look what thing you probably.
So yeah, we just got home. It's 10:32 p.m. Usually I would get out the photos right now. I'm gonna show you guys how I edit a little bit, but before I do that, I'm just gonna give you a little overview of how I got the gig and you know, the events that happened. So basically, I contacted Joey Badass's photographer. Films by Levi. He got me the media pass. So I just asked him. Sometimes it's just as easy as that. Sometimes it's harder. You know, there's another photographer. Usually people think, oh, you need a media outlet, or you know, you need to know a manager, but sometimes the photographer can also have some power over that. So similar situation. I didn't shoot 2 Chainz, but I know 2 Chainz photographer, and I got a media pass for his show in Toronto, but I didn't end up going. That's just another example. If you works well. I know I saw some guy, he literally tweeted out to 21 Savage's manager on Twitter and got a pass that night. So stuff like that happens all the time. I actually found this guy's account through someone else. Thanks to Levi, I was able to shoot Joey Badass, and so I'm like, oh, maybe he can provide me the same opportunity, and it happened. So yeah, let's just get started into the editing. This is all from Joey Badass's set. I didn't really get it from the openers. Lightroom. I always start out with my favorite ones, and then I sort of like go outwards from there. Like usually it's one of the middle ones, like this one's really nice. I use Smooth Criminal. That's my go-to preset, so you guys can check my presets in the description if you guys want. Basically, the preset I have basically just adds the color that I am accustomed to, like my style. So that's what I would recommend you guys do. Whether that's like a cool tint or like more greens or like a faded film look, like you want to create a preset so that it's kind of like a uniform look that you have, you know. So so here, I don't like the composition here. You know, 2 things. The blacks are going to be all the way down and the clarity is going to be all the way up. So I'm going to go Smooth Criminal. So that already does some things. I'm going to boost the contrast, lower the exposure. It's way too bright. So now it's like level playing ground, sort of, but it's still faded. So we're going to lower the blacks. Boom. That does so much. So this is the before and after already. Maybe even more. And then increase clarity. They recently added this texture thing. I actually kind of like it, especially for stuff like this where it's like faded. You want to add some texture to it. That's really cool. Even dehaze a little, like just a little bit. And then you can change the colors. It doesn't have to be the same. I think it's always better to have the background like a different color than the subject. I didn't really like it like when it was very purplish like this. Maybe like a little warmer. It's sort of the same thing, but I have a lot of blue photos, so I don't want to sort of have the same looking photos all the time. And so it's purple, like you want to just test out like how it looked greener, you know what I mean? It definitely looks better purple. So the filter I mentioned before, I was using it for a bit, but it didn't really create the effect that I wanted to, like only from like if I was in the middle of the stage and I was straight on, because it only works really if there's like lights directly behind the subject and when it creates bokeh. So like I would wish that this line right here would be like have that star. I'm gonna select all the photos in this like sort of similar set. So all these, organize everything. Maybe not crop if you decided to crop it a bit. I didn't, so it doesn't really matter. So this looks a bit off now. So increase shadows maybe. A little too much clarity, I feel. And the composition's a bit off, so I want to just center him. Something like that looks good. Maybe less contrast too. And then now I would sync it, like sitting down and stuff. Maybe that's why the lighting was different. This one you can see his face is a little too bright because it's a little bit more, so you can see more of depth. Maybe for this, increase clarity too. And then lower shadows, because you want to create some sort of contrast, right? Because if the whole thing's just foggy and like, yeah, if it's foggy, there's no contrast. So it's important to do stuff like, oh, this looks good. I'd probably post like one of these. I don't think in this instance it does. This one, his face is like purple. I don't know why. That looks kind of weird. This might be a black and white one, maybe. I think this looks pretty good. The purple, like I honestly don't like when the subject in the background is the same color, so I probably wouldn't use this. Probably like this one's the best. So these, like, it's hard to edit and not make it look over edited, especially when it's so flat. This is probably the best one. Like, I don't know why. This one was pretty good, but like the things with these ones is like his face is out of focus, which makes everything else look bad. Like if his face was in focus, it would be better. Yeah, so I'm gonna go into some of these ones. Not all of them turned out good because I was kind of at a low angle. So let's paste it. I think you can see how the filter played a role in this one. Just how like the background is. I think honestly the filter kind of made it a little bit faded, and I should have tried shooting without it. But all in all, it didn't turn out that bad. And I always want to add color, so like I'll move it one way or the other. I think definitely toward the cooler side looks better. So let's just do this to all of them. We're gonna paste it. I don't know why this one's so like bright. Yeah, I guess I have a variation that's black and white and a variation that's colored. I usually just do that if the photos are kind of similar. This one, I don't know what the hell went on in this one. Wow, do you see that? Do you see how much it changed? That's crazy. Like less strength, like less contrast, less darkness, because it's very it turned out well. I want to show you guys. So this is one. They're on stage flying. This is me. Let's put this down. And I also got some stuff done on my film camera. If they develop by the time this video comes out, you'll see it. And I brought this lens for no reason. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video. I know it's a lot different than what I usually do, but it's a lot easier for me to make these videos. And I think I'm gonna continue doing them. If you guys liked it, like this video. If you guys have any suggestions or comments, just comment below and subscribe. My name is Steven, and I'll see you in the next one.